the planet and blinking step into the sun. There's more to be seen than can ever be seen, more to do than can ever be done. Some say eat or be eaten, some say live and let live, but all I agree is to join the stampede. You should never take more than you give in the circle of life. It's the wheel of fortune. It's the leap I faith. It's the band of hope. Do it find our place. And some of us soar to the stars, and some of us sail through our trouble. Some have to live with the scars. There's far too much to take in here, or to find that can never be found. But the sun rolling high through the sapphire sky keeps creating some more of the endless ride in the circle of life. Is the wheel of fortune. It's the leap of faith. Is the band of hope. We'll find our place on the pale but winding edge. The circle of life is the wheel of fortune, yeah. It's the leap of faith. It's the band of hope. We'll find our place on the pale but winding edge. In the circle of life. On the path that winding, yeah, in the circle of life.
You who are on the road must have a code that you can live by, and so become yourself, because the past is just a goodbye. Teach your children well. Their father's hell did slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams. The one they picked, the one you know by. Don't you ever ask them why. If they told you, you would cry. So just look at them and sigh, and know they love you. And you of tender years can't know the fears that your elders grew by, and so please help them with your youth. They see the truth before they can die. Teach your parents well. Their children's hell will slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams. The one they picked, the one you know by. Don't you ever ask them why. If they told you, you would cry. So just look at them and sigh, and know they love you.
Everybody smile now. Mark, you didn't smile. What is that you're replacing?
Oh, it's some foreign thingamajig. Let's see, it's Japanese. I say it's a sushi bar. That's what it is. They're kind of tough to mess with. You just don't know what you're getting into till you get right. I hate messing with these foreign doohickeys. Got a few baths out in the garage, don't you? Here we go. We can see a disgruntled employee over here. Here you go. Tell us about your job, Tina.
Yeah, you do. You're
Some of it's real smooth, even kind of sweet.
Wasn't done right or whatever.
2 shot glasses. You'll be slurring the words, you know. That's I'll post it.
We want to see the air conditioner.
You have to pay for that. Ain't gonna do it for amusement.
I got a quarter in my pocket.
You come up with, I'll do it for $10.
Did she stay?
I believe she did. We have to all watch.
No. Last card.
Bird, you got anything to say for the youth of America?
Plenty.
The youth of America sucks.
What? Hey, man. I don't want to go on record as saying that.
There's some big cake cola.
There's nothing sacred.
Oh shoot! I guess I'll eat.
Put the camera away, Dan.
Go down.
God.
It was
What
pretty
waterfall are you
cool.
talking about?
We saw a waterfall.
I didn't see no
I
water.
haven't seen any lakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's, we didn't even get to pole in the water, did we?
The information person was welcome.
Here he comes. You better hurry up. It's all going to be gone. Better hurry up. Tell Mark's thoroughly enjoying himself.
That's eyewitness weather. They look out the window. Muggy, huh?
Excellent dinner.
Excellent. Oh, that's the best meal I've had in 3 or 4 4th of Julys.
Be my friend. Give me the look of love, not jealousy. I know you think life is a thriller.
You say that's better than some of the girls Mark's been with?
That's what he said.
Yeah. She had more balloons.
She had more class, too.
What's that? Well, then don't throw it on the ground.
What do you want me to do with it?
I'll tell you what.
Throw it in the grass.
Throw it on the ground down there and step on it. Ready to go? 3 on 3?
Where we going?
3 on 3. You about ready? Think we can get Bob out there?
Let me get this smoke in. I'll be ready.
Oh, that's good.
I'm ready.
Okay. Wild man. Let's see that shot.
Look at that power move with no shot.
How you doing there?
All right.
We were worried about you getting here on time, so I told the photographer to come about 6 o'clock.
Just to be safe.
Let's interview Mr. Mark Forte on the court. Today, he's trying out for the big championships today, and let's get a word with him. What do you think about today's game, Mark?
Just trying my best, you know. Coach told us in the locker room we have to come out strong this time.
That's good, that's great.
These kids will never grow up, will they?
No. It's like Peter Pan's family.
Somebody put sugar in their coffee? It was in the pot? It always had sugar in it. I better get a cheeseburger while I can. I've had about as much fun as I can stand being a bachelor. You know?
You've done about all there is to do, haven't you? Well, it looks like it's time for you to meet up with a good woman. You got any in mind?
How about you?
Well, I've got a lot of them in mind. Uh-oh. The tables have turned now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, the tables have turned. She getting a little wild on that?
Wow, she tried to run over my wife and these children. My mother, we're going to take a whole family out, 3 generations at once. She ain't wired up right.
She don't have both oars in the water, does she?
Oh man, who cares? Who nobody wants to. I don't know who's better here, Todd or Andy. What do you think?
Pretty evenly balanced.
Commentate for me. There's Mark, full physique. Never seen him.
I don't do much exercise except walking 100 steps up to my apartment. At work, the hardest thing I got to do is find my coffee cup. Sometimes that's kind of hard. Okay, y'all gonna play one-on-one here. Barnyard rules.
The man who's ready to throw his weight around.
Yeah, I can't anymore, can I?
How are the burgers?
Fine, excellent.
You ready for another hot net?
No, I finally got my hot net.
Go.
Ready?
One
word.
word.
One word. Sounds like. Muscle. Brute. Bodybuilder. Runner. Athlete. Sounds little word. Yeah.
1,
8. That was it.
What'd you say? Don't be a daredevil, Mark?
I thought you were going to take Alex.
Oh, no, yeah.
That thing's hard as well. You got to really do it.
It's coming in.
I feel alright. I feel alright tonight.
I wish you guys make up your mind. Who is it?
I feel alright. I feel alright tonight.
That's Mark. Oh, he's getting some good shots there, ain't he? Look at him. All right, yeah. He's a wild man.
That's what it is. When you have about 2 feet of snow, that's a good time.
Breaks up the boredom.
I think a Busch Light will break up the boredom right now. I think I'm ready to go.
Well,
I drank that whole case last night. I got to put the rest of those Busch Lights in there.
juice house.
You got any Jimmy Buffett?
Living on sponge cake. Started off on the right key. It's getting better.
Did you think we could have weather this good?
I wasn't really planning on it, but it'll clear up. Oh, I know. It makes you happy though to think you got a bite note on it.
Where's your big brother?
Look at this fucking money. Oh,
James Alford, is he coming?
I thought I saw his car out back.
Got anything to say to your brother in Florida?
Did you find my wallet yet?
Up in that Bob incident.
I reckon it probably was, but you got to play at your own risk. Things like that happens. It happens. I bet that ankle's still swollen.
Yeah. He skied for that rebound though, didn't he?
Yeah, they skied Ronnie right out of the picture. We all saw what happened.
How you doing?
How you been, Dan?
Glad to see you, man. Get back and take a look at this physique you got on you now.
Getting fat.
How much you weigh now?
I don't even know. I'm afraid to even weigh myself.
I've never seen your face so full. Looks good.
I've been away a year and a day. You recognize love after the fact. You did what you did, and that was that. Don't say words that you don't mean. When I'm gone, please speak well of me. Looking back now, I only wish I had been kinder. Did I ever know love? Did I ever know love? And could I have been blinder? Don't say words that you don't mean. When I'm gone, please speak well of me. Someday I would say that I'm sorry if it would do any good. But to never regret means you have to forget, and I don't think that I could. Don't say words that you don't mean. When I'm gone, when I'm gone, when I'm gone, please speak well of me.
When we were growing up, I always wanted to be like my big brother, Mark. He was the coolest person I ever knew in my life. He was always so funny, so much fun to be around. He was the life of the party. I looked to him to see what was cool. He taught me how to be cool. What cool clothes to wear, what cool bands to listen to, what cool way to wear my hair. I wanted to be just like him. He quite possibly was the funniest person I ever met in my life, too. I always told him he missed his calling. He should have been a stand-up comedian. I could just picture him on the Comedy Channel there with Foxworthy and Ron White, Larry the Cable Guy. He'd have fit right in with them. I know now I'll never meet anybody like Mark again. God knows when he made him, he broke the mold. So, for that reason, I'm very grateful to have had him in my life for as long as I did. Albeit short, I know I'm a better person for having had him in my life. I miss him very much. Love you, Mark. I'm sure we'll see each other again. Stay cool.
I have so many great memories of growing up with Mark. We had so much fun on 47th Street playing Army, house, neighborhood games, swimming, and dress up. And yes, he did dress up and play house and did pretty much anything I asked him to. Mark was great at sports, and when picking teams for neighborhood sports, I can still hear him, remember him saying, if she can't be on my team, I'm not going to play. So of course, I always got to be on his team because everybody wanted him on their team. We always had each other's backs. That's just the way it was. The way Mark could tell stories and make people laugh with his offbeat wit and one-liners was priceless. Some of the best times in my life were when we hung out with the same group of friends in our teens and 20s, playing cards, partying, going to the EVN fireworks, canoeing, and camping, and the vacation to Myrtle Beach and the Frito-Lay van that was converted into the camper will forever be treasured times in my life. Not only was Mark my brother, he was my friend, and I'm so grateful for that. I've never seen Mark happier than when he had his children in his arms. He often told me how blessed he felt and how much he loved his children. A few days after getting out of the hospital, Mark took Abby ice skating because he had promised her before Christmas he would, and he didn't want to disappoint her. As sick and weak as he was, he did it. It was unbelievable to watch. That pretty much says it all. That's what kind of man my brother was. A person you're proud to call brother and friend. You are loved and missed more than you'll ever know. Rest in peace with everlasting happiness that you deserve. I love you, Mark.
I'm Mark's oldest brother, Jim. There are so many great memories of Mark, it's hard to pick out just a few. But recently, my best friend Paul and I remembered something from our teenage years that really stood out, and we were surprised to find that each of us had been thinking about the same thing so vividly. Maybe it was because of what Mark was going through near the end. When Paul and I were teenagers, Mark was really just a little kid, no more than 6. And whenever we were headed off to explore the forest behind Covington, or hike along Banklick Creek or the Licking River, Mark always wanted to tag along. Not surprising, 2 teenage guys found this kind of irritating. We would try to sneak off so Mark wouldn't know we were leaving, but he always seemed to figure it out. So then we would pick up the pace, hoping he would tire out, but he always kept up and he never complained. He was stubborn and proud, and he seemed to know what was going on and he enjoyed the game. One day, Mark was following us as usual. We had our .22s with us, and Paul had a large military bayonet. Well, Mark figured if Paul and I had guns, he should at least get the bayonet, and he kept bugging us to carry it. Paul and I kept saying, no, you'll hurt yourself, and then we'll have to answer to Mom. Anyway, Mark kept pushing the bayonet issue. So when we stopped for a break, we decided to let Mark look at it. We were in a dense grove of ancient trees on a hillside, and Mark started to stab this really dead tree. It was so rotten he could shove the bayonet deep into the tree, and he kept doing it over and over. All of a sudden, there were bees everywhere. Yellow jackets were swarming out of the tree, going straight for Mark, and in seconds, they were all over him. It was like something out of a horror movie. The three of us ran for a short distance, and then we started brushing the bees off of Mark, and then we ran some more. Mark took the brunt of the bee attack. He was covered with welts, but stubborn and proud. He was bearing the pain better than Paul and I knew we could. This little kid had just experienced something worse than two teenagers could have imagined, and now he was following us down the hill, barely whimpering and carrying that bayonet. Well, we did have to answer to Mom, but the relationship with Mark changed forever. He had earned the right to be part of our adventures, and as the years passed, the age difference faded, and eventually the three of us ended up working together at Cincinnati Millicron. Paul and I served in the Marine Corps, and Mike and Todd were in the Navy. But we have not faced terror equal to a small boy being attacked by a swarm of Yellow Jackets, or a battle as vicious and overwhelming as cancer. But if that time comes for us, I hope we can face it with Mark's stubbornness and his pride.
I just am thankful that Mark let me into his circle of friends, and we had a lot of good times together, a lot of card games, late night card games with cigars, lots of beer, and I just felt included. We had a lot of good times down Falmouth swimming, and it was just a real treat to be able to share those moments with him, because I knew his brother was down in Florida, Mike, and he couldn't do anything with him, so somebody had to keep Mark busy. So I tried to fill in there the best I could, and he was always good for a laugh. Whenever you talk to Mark, he put himself down and always make you laugh, talking about how miserable he was, and some of the cars he purchased and didn't have very good luck with, and his women and other things. He'd make light of it for you, and you'd end up laughing about it. Oh, I love Mark, yeah. He was great, yep. And he did. He just made you laugh. He didn't. He just say stuff off the cuffs, you know, and he just make you laugh. A lot of times be degrading himself to make other people laugh, and that was what was so special about him. But man, yeah, it's just a shame. Just a shame he's not here. I can't run into him at the store anymore. Just hop over and see him whenever I want to. Just drop by and go see him. So it was a real treat to get to spend time with him, and I enjoyed every minute of it. Never had a bad time with him ever.
You know how you often hear someone say of another, he could have been anything he wanted to be. Well, that applied to Mark. When you break it all down, a person is made up of their body, their mind, and their spirit. Well, Mark was an adorable baby, and cute as they come as a toddler, becoming incredibly handsome as a young man. And he was one of the smartest guys I've ever known. You may not know that he received his college degree at Cincinnati State College in biomedical technology and advanced electronics. I learned how to use ventilators in respiratory therapy school. Mark could take one apart, figure out why it didn't function properly, and then fix it. His curriculum included some of the most difficult courses we had to take to be a nurse or a respiratory therapist, like anatomy and physiology, but his courses also included advanced math, physics, and electronics. The college he attended was one of the few in the country offering this degree, and so our area was saturated with his specialty, making it hard to find a job. Mark chose to stay here with us, his family and friends, rather than to leave to pursue a lucrative career as a biomedical technologist. Mark had a quick wit, a great sense of humor, and an amazing memory. He was never at a loss for words. Now, armed with these attributes, he could have done what many would have done. He could have used them to join the social elite, and he manipulated his way up the corporate ladder, or become a politician, or gone off to Hollywood to become an actor, or certainly a stand-up comedian. He could have used these gifts to lure in beautiful women, but none of that was his style. He was never a manipulator. He seemed to prefer to let life and its offerings come to him, playing the hand that he was dealt. I guess it was his spirit, his true inner self, that dictated how he lived his life. Mark was genuine and humble, never pretentious, unassuming, never boastful. He was a giver, not a taker. Mark was generous and kind. He used his mind to make people laugh, and he was hilarious. Often, he spontaneously assumed his character of a dumb hillbilly, just for a laugh. He had no problem making fun of himself, but I don't think I ever heard him maliciously make fun of others. He simply made fun. He was fun. He had an intense competitive spirit. He hated to lose at anything, and I'll always remember him as a winner. The only loss is ours, because he's no longer with us. But Mark, rest assured, you and your spirit will live on in our memories. I love you, and I'll miss you until we're finally together again.
One of my memories is that I was taking me fishing. I remember one time he fell and I laughed. He laughed at himself. I miss him skating with me. He would take me to the park and help me across the monkey bar. He took me fishing and he always helped me catch the fish and pick them off the hook. I love my dad and will miss him forever.